KILR Killer Games.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer and welcome to my tour around the world with the amazing Microsoft Flight Simulator X10. And I say amazing because this is still being supported today, even though it is like, what, 12 years old? It's still being supported today. Well, it was the last version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's almost as if when Microsoft released this, they got it right, with the exception of the performance issues. But that's beginning to be a less and less thing as computers are and graphics cards are much better than what they were when it first came out. And then, of course, from this led into P3D, prepared by Lockheed Martin, which is now 64-bit, can use a lot more memory, but still, there are some just amazing videos that are done with this. Could it be better? Well, yeah, sure. I mean, everything could be improved and be better, but it's very, very good how it is. I mean, next to that, I see as X-Plane being the next generation. Well, it is the next generation flight simulator. It's still being developed, and it's, you know, their latest release, version 11, was released not too long ago, maybe a couple of years, and they're still putting out updates. Now, X-Plane still has a lot of work behind it. But it looks good as well. And I think it has the possibility of going even further. So it just needs time to, you know, to be worked on. But with that said, I love FSX. It's hard to pick a favorite because I like FS9. And then for retro reasons, I just love Flight Simulator 98. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about where we are going to fly. Fly, fly, fly away. And here we are in this big yellow area. We're at Minneapolis-St. International, Wold-Chamberlain Airport. We're going to be heading in this direction, west, not west, I was going to say west, northwest, mainly west, right here, to the city of Darwin at Litchfield Airport. I believe it's the city of I think, it's the city of Darwin. It doesn't say there. It's got Litchfield, but I remember reading that the town city is Darwin. And why do I know that? Is because the whole reason for wanting to go here is because of the big ball of twine in Minnesota. Will we see it on FSX? No. Will we see it in X-Plane? No, but I do a documentary series at the end of each flight on X-Plane, where we drive into town virtually and check things out. And so that was the whole reason why I wanted to go to Litchfield to begin with. So with that in mind, I just retcon that with all the other flight simulators so that way they're all following the same flight plan, because that's the idea. Now, my daughter had mentioned, well, why don't you just do different tours with, with different simulators? And I had thought about that originally, but it's easier for me to keep track if they're all following the same flight. Plus, it's just fun to be able to see how the areas develop over the course of each simulator. And I'm not playing them pure vanilla. I'm trying to enhance each simulator as much as I possibly can. So like Flight Simulator 4 has got some content that I created myself. There's Flight Simulator 5, same deal. There's some content I was able to download. There's others I needed to create myself. So just a little bit of fun where I can, put buildings and trees and stuff and just, really make something out of it. Plus, with Flight Simulator 5, I can add real ATC, so chatter, that I can get from liveatc.net, and I can really customize it in such a way to where you get this nice local feeling, as opposed to chatter programs for FSX or X-Plane. Flight Simulator 98. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, do I have fun with that one. Because I've got ProFlight 98 ATC, where I even put my voice into it so you can hear my voice talking with ATC. Plus, it's got the real ATC chatter. Plus, it's got FS traffic, which gives you the ability to record your own air traffic and insert customized radio chatter from those planes. And I have a lot of fun with that. So if you want to check that out, check out Flight Simulator 98, because oh my goodness, you can tell I'm having fun with that one. A lot of work is being put into it, but I'm having fun with it. And then there are also airports I'm still creating on that one because they're not in there. And then Flight Simulator 2000, I'm doing my best to try to enhance that one. It's difficult because the graphics are not as good as I was hoping. But that one, I've got ProFlight 2000, which is an improvement over 98. So there's a lot more voices in there. There's a lot more commands, and it's got its own chatter. So I don't bother with the real ATC because it would just step on each other and just be a mess. But that one has also got FS traffic because Flight Simulator 2000 did not have any AI traffic just yet. So on that one, I still have some fun customized air traffic with, its own chatter. And then you got Flight Simulator 2002, where now you have AI traffic. So instead of using the default AI traffic, I've got my traffic 2004, in addition to Ultimate Traffic, the very first one, and FS Traffic 2002, I think. And I haven't tried Ultimate Traffic and FS Traffic yet. That is something that I want to do so I can compare it with my traffic. And then we've got FS9. Oh, sorry. Also on FS 2002, I'm not using default scenery. I've got it enhanced with F-Scene. So volumes 1 through 3 for F-Scene covers the whole world. Now, FS9. What more do we need to say? FS9 is a great flight simulator. It just works. It's smooth. The performance was really good. You can still get things for it today. I have the world enhanced also by F-Scene, but it's F-Scene 4X. It was made for FSX, but it also gives you a FS9 version. I don't think it's the same version as the one for Flight Simulator 2002. But with FS9, you've got World of AI that you can use completely free. You've got that one you can use Ultimate Traffic on. You can use My Traffic on. You don't think you can use FS Traffic 2002. Man, what else? Okay, so you got ProFlight Emulator that you can use for the ATC, which is an enhancement from ProFlight 2000. It allows you to use ProFlight 2000 on FS9, and then it even adds more stuff to it. It's a great program. I love it. But then you've also got Radar Contact, which is now free to use from flightsim.com. You got that option that you can use. So you've got two things there. And actually, I'm actually going to be getting into this in a little bit, because there's something different that I'm going to be trying out on FSX. You've got a better selection of payware when it comes to planes. I can't really find any payware planes for 2002, but they're still available for 2004. From what I've seen, there's even more content to download, user-created content to download for FS9 as well, compared to FSX. I think that's just because there's a better selection of payware for FSX. But there's still some really good content for FSX. And, well, now let's get into FSX and what we can do. ProFlight Emulator still works on it. Radar Contact works on it. And now you've got Vox ATC, which I've used on these flights, which already has it built in to where you actually talk to the ATC. It creates its own air traffic and controls that air traffic. Whereas by default, the air traffic isn't really controlled. It's almost as if it controls itself and the ATC just translates what's happening, kind of. You know, it's kind of like sit here and hold. Why are you sitting here and hold? Well, because there's a plane coming in. It's just hard. It's hard to put into words, but it's not like it controls it. It seems like it controls it, but it doesn't. But Vox ATC does not have a connection to the air traffic at all. That's why the instructions say turn off the default air traffic, because Vox ATC will create its own traffic. The drawback to that is that it's created for your departure airport and destination airport, so you don't have like flights coming in from all over the place. Although I think the recent update now accounts for that. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it yet. And then for FSX, I've got the whole Orbix thing going on with it to take care of the global, so global FTX. You've got a heck of a lot more payware. You've got a lot more enhancements for weather and all this stuff. And then there's Prepared P3D, which just takes FSX to, you know, the next level with a 64-bit and things like that. And then X-Plane. So you've got X-Plane, which is the next generation simulator, which is still needs work, but on the things that it can do right, it does really well. And then you've got the ortho photos that is free. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of user content. I mean, it's very community driven. It's very community driven, which is just a cool thing. But that being said, I mean, you can see that it's not just flying the default simulators through all the different areas. I'm doing something different with each one to make it its own unique experience. So that's why I've got them flying the same route. It's not just another flight with graphics that were older than the new one, the later ones that are out. I'm doing things on those that really can't be done on the later ones, like the customized radio chatter where I can make it local. I don't know how to. I don't know of a way to do that. Not even with X-Plane. It's like you have radio chatter, and you've got to make it generic, and it will just kind of play. But I can do it where it's local. Of course, I can play the radio chatter off to the side, but it can get stepped on and stuff. Whereas the radio chatter from Flight Simulator 98 with the real ATC works in conjunction with ProFlight 98, so it doesn't step on each other. And then there's creating my own radio traffic. And when I say radio chatter, and when I say create my own radio chatter, I really mean create my own radio chatter. I use the text-to-speech, and they don't always say things the way they're supposed to say them. So I have a little fun just throwing some comedy in there. Not something that I've seen can be done on the later simulators, mainly because people aren't interested in doing that. They just want a realistic simulator. And that's fine. That's cool. But that's why I'm having fun with these older ones, because I can really make it my own and just have fun with it, and just kind of making it just unique in its own way. So when I say be sure to check these flights out on the other simulators, that's what I mean. Check it out. See what it is that I'm doing on those other simulators, because you know what? There's still a lot of fun to be had on those old simulators, and that's the whole thing. So I've talked quite a bit on that, and hopefully I didn't bore you, but I'd like, just to kind of explain, my motivations in mind behind the whole thing. So with all that aside, let's get going with our flight. And as I said, I'm going to be doing something different with this. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try using ProFlight emulator with VoxATC and a few editing tricks with the video. Reason why I want to use ProFlight emulator is because we're at an international airport, and it feels more natural to have different unique voices coming through the radio, and it just feels right. With the VoxATC, it works better when you're going to the smaller airports, where it may have a small control tower, or there may not be any control tower at all. But it works better for those. And so we're going to a small airport. So we're going to be using ProFlight emulator for part of the trip. And then that will be turned off, and we'll use VoxATC for the rest of it, because you can start VoxATC mid-flight and it works. Shh. What's your problem? Lay down. And I mentioned radar contact. So that's another thing too that I can add. I haven't tried radar contact yet. This would be my, well, not this flight, but this is going to be my first opportunity using it. So I could use radar contact for half of the flight, and then use ProFlight emulator for the other part of the flight, and really give it a different kind of feel. So like I said, I can make things more unique. I think Pilot to ATC, is that the one? I think that's the name of it. I know it's for X-Plane, but I think it's also for FSX. It's a whole nother one that I could use. Usually people are just going to want to use that for the whole flight, not for part of it. But with some, but with some editing tricks, we can do it on both and give the flights a whole unique feel to them. So Yes, I tend to ramble about stuff. That's why I have another show called Shep Rambles. All right, let's go ahead and get things ready here. We want to do a push and start. I don't usually set those up unless we're at an international airport, just because it makes sense. And clearance is on 133.2. Oh, except I have to tune into ATIS 135.5. I never know what ATIS... I suppose I could look on the actual airport information to get ATIS, but...
This is Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport information, November. Weather at 1315 Zulu. Winds 270 at 9.
Little loud.
Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear. Temperature minus 28. Dew point minus 34. Altimeter 3030. ILS runway 30 left in use. Landing departing runway 30 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have November. This is Minneapolis.
And eventually I will get my voice into this. Because I know how to do it, but there's like over 15,000... Sorry, not that much. 1,500 WAV files that I have to record. But I think I can get some basic ones in there, and I would be able to have my voice. Do I not have the... Oh, this thing changed on me. 3.3.
Clearance Cessna 13 Foxtrot IFR 2 Kilo Lima Juliet Foxtrot with information, November.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, cleared to Kilo Lima Juliet Foxtrot, runway heading departure. Maintain 1000 squawk 2624, departure 124.7.
Runway heading, maintain 1000 squawk 2624, departure 124.7, Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, feedback correct. Contact ground on 121.84, push and start.
Roger, 121.8 Cessna 13 Foxtrot, good day. Ground Cessna 13 Foxtrot, request push and start clearance.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, push and start, approved. Contact ground when ready to taxi.
Roger, push and start, approved. Contact ground when ready. 13 Foxtrot.
Okay, just going to turn that off. You know, I never knew about that until I started using the Reality expansion pack for the default Cessna on X-Plane. But see, it's good. I can learn stuff.
American 8861, clear the exit runway.
American 8861, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. American 8861.
Yeah, the radio's still going to go because ProFlight Emulator works on the side. So it's still going to work. Are my lights on? Sure looks like it. Nav lights, beacon, strobe, taxi lights. Yeah, I left them on. I didn't turn them off. That's okay. Hey, I can see. Yay.
SkyWest 4481. Cleared the active runway.
Taxi to terminal.
Roger. Taxi to terminal.
Ground Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot. Ready to taxi.
Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot. Stand by. Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot. Taxi to runway 12 right.
Roger, taxi to runway 12 right 13 Foxtrot.
And we're doing a push back. Frames are not going to be entirely smooth, but it'll be the best that we can get right now. Can only do so much with an i5.
884, clear of the active runway.
4X 8847. Taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. Oryx 8847.
Let's see. Are we on tower? Yep. Okay, 119.97. I thought maybe they were going to change that. Usually there's like a virtual co-pilot that will change your radios for you. You can turn that feature off too if you want more specific control. Well, I can't do 119.97. That's what it wants me. Oh, yes I can. Okay.
Tower Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot. Ready to taxi.
Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot. Stand by. Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot. Taxi to runway 12 right.
Roger, taxi to 12 right 13 Foxtrot.
Where's my heading bug? Oh, I guess I don't get a heading bug.
Next available taxiway. Contact ground control.
Alright.
When clear of the active A-line 3287.
There's usually like a heading bug on here, but this doesn't have autopilot, so I guess the heading bug will move to kind of tell you which direction to go.
Airway 7485, Cessna taxiway. Contact ground on 121.8 when clear of the active.
Next available tax contact ground when clear of the active. Airway 7485.
Oh, look at all the dust there. The sunrise is looking really nice. Oh, that flashing is kind of annoying. think runway 12 is in this direction. I see 12 left. Let's keep going this direction. So usually I'll get like taxi instructions on where to go. By the way, this airport is by Flight Beam. We took a look at it on the last flight. Drove around, taxied around, you know, checked things out.
Tower
Okay.
Whiskey Oscar Romeo 8779 is declaring a missed approach.
Whiskey Oscar Romeo 8779.
And that's
Tower with Oscar Romeo.
kind of why we have a little bit
Declaring
of
a missed approach.
stuttering,
Whiskey Oscar
because there's a lot
Romeo
going on at this airport.
352.
Whoa, look at the smoke on that one. That's cool. Okay, 12 right would be this way. I don't remember seeing that before. I think I can get around this way. Let's take a look at the map. Well, not really map, but... Top down! Oh, okay. It's way over on the other side. Go back the way we came. Whoops. See, there's a program that adds like jet trails and things of that nature, which look really good.
Northwest 1019, wind 260, at 76 for takeoff, runway 30, right.
Roger, cleared for takeoff. Northwest 1019.
There's some weird sounds coming from outside.
Tower American 3748 is declaring a missed approach.
American 374.
Check out all these lights.
Tower, Whiskey Oscar Romeo 1087 at 7 miles for landing.
Landing.
Whiskey Oscar Romeo 1087, continuous approach.
Continue present heading. Whiskey Oscar Romeo 1087.
Northwest 1019, contact departure on 124.7.
Roger, 124.7, Northwest 1019.
I do have an i7. Once I get it fixed, I just haven't been able to do it because of money. It needs a whole new processor. Apparently the processor burned out.
280, just in the taxiway, contact ground on 121.8, one clear of the active.
But once I do get it and
taxiway, contact ground control, one clear of the active.
get a
2805.
newer graphics card, because what I have is kind of old,
13268 at 8 mile for landing.
then we can do a flight back here
Continue present heading.
and have a nice,
13268.
more smoother
Tower, airway 127 at 7
experience.
miles for landing.
Airway 1271, continuous approach.
Continue present heading. Airway 1271.
Continue! Sabin. Well, I think we found the runway.
Clear to land, runway 30, right.
cleared to land. Runway 30 right. Whiskey Oscar Romeo 1087.
Airway 1271, clear to land. Runway 30 right.
Cleared to land. Runway 30 right. Airway 1271.
Guy sounds like a radio announcer. And we have found 12 right. Oops, I think we're supposed to hold.
Tower, Cessna 13, Foxtrot, runway 12 right, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, wind 260 at 7, runway 12 right, clear for immediate takeoff, fly runway heading.
Roger, clear for takeoff. Runway heading 13, Foxtrot.
With Oscar Romeo 108788 runway, and taxiway, contact ground on 121.8, will clear of the active.
Next taxiway, contact ground control when clear of the active. Whiskey Oscar Romeo 1087.
Northwest 326, clear to land, runway 30 right.
Cleared to land. Runway 30 right. Northwest 3268.
Tower, Airway 1271 is declaring a missed approach.
Airway 1271.
Things will smooth out once we get away from Minneapolis. Nothing against Minneapolis. It was an absolute pleasure flying here. And we are away.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, contact departure on 124.7.
Wow.
124.7, Cessna 13, Foxtrot. Good day.
I love sunrises. Check out the sun coming up.
Departure, Cessna 13, Foxtrot, out of 1,500 or 1,000 IFR.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, radar contact. Altimeter is 3027, turn right, heading to 10.
Right to 21013, Foxtrot.
So that is all Orbix down there. Best investment I made. Little pricey.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, turn right, heading to 85.
Right to 28513, Foxtrot.
So I've got the land class,
west 3280.
high definition tree,
1004
the vector,
Northwest 3280. Radar contact. Altimeter is 3024.
I got the whole enchilada going here.
3024 west 3280.
And enchiladas are good. See if I can control my rate of climb here. Doesn't seem like I can. This doesn't seem to be coming out here. Yeah, it is. Just barely. Alright, we can turn off our lights here. There we go. Now, once I do get my computer fixed and a better graphics card in there, I think I'll be ready. I think I'll be prepared for prepared. Because on that one, I'm not doing any face cams on it. I'm not going to be doing any talking. It will be cinematic. And the reason why it's going to be cinematic is because I don't want to treat it like a game, because you're not supposed to play it like a game. You're supposed to treat it like a simulator, like you're learning, which I will be, because I've always wanted to be a pilot. I've always wanted to fly. I don't think I'm going to be able to, just because of money reasons, but this will give me the opportunity to fly and learn in ways that I wouldn't be able to normally. So with that in mind, I want to treat it seriously. It is going to be, that one is going to be the serious flight. And I want to make sure that I've got a good system set up so that way it is smooth and everything looks good. Wish me luck. And so that is what's going to make prepared. Remember I was telling you all the simulators, I'm doing something unique with them. The whole cinematics are prepared. That's what's going to make it unique and stand out from FSX. But I will be doing cinematics with this one too. But it's just going to be a combination of face cam and some cinematics. Not on every flight, but
Departure Lufthansa 3270. It's with you, level at 3000.
Lufthansa 3270, radar contact. Altimeter is 3025.
3025, Lufthansa 3270.
And also scenery wise, I can use Orbix on it, but I'm not going to. I might use Orbix for like airports, but as far as global, I won't be doing that. It'll look great, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be doing mega scenery on that. so that way we can really see what the scenery should be looking like. And then there's something called New Vecta, which will add trees and buildings and stuff on top of everything, so that way it's not just flat.
76 with you 3000.
Roger, Oscar, Zulu, Whiskey 4676, radar contact. Altimeter is 3025.
3025, Oscar, Zulu, Whiskey 4676.
Alright, I think we are doing pretty good. Oh, so I got something to share with you, something that I got in the mail for Flight Simulator 98. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I got. So let me go ahead and pull that out. And where are the scissors? These.
Departure northwest 4724 out of 3000.
I think someone snagged me.
4724, radar contact. Altimeter is 3025.
Ah, someone snagged the scissors.
3025 northwest 4724.
Or they fell. No, that's not it. Darn it! We'll use a screwdriver. Right here! Big box. Holy crap, this thing is taped up like nuts. Where to start? My goodness, I don't know. Let's start there. He wanted to make sure this thing wasn't open, that's for sure.
Departure Mike Echo Sierra 2433 is with you, level at 3000.
Mike Echo Sierra 2433, radar contact. Altimeter is 3025.
Roger 3025, Mike Echo Sierra 2433.
Well, that side came off. I'm almost there. I think. Does it not open from this side? Ah!
Departure
this side.
northwest 683 with you 3000.
How the heck does this box?
Northwest 683, radar contact. Altimeter is 3026.
3026 northwest 683.
Like, this is a complicated box. It's like a puzzle. And I got it. Okay. Oh, wow, that is a big box. Okay. And it looks brand new, too. So remember I told you I'm going to try to enhance these simulators as much as I can. Alright, good. I can put that into the recycling bin. Okay. Whew, man, this is nice. So this is what I got. Can't see it up there. Alright, so it's Mad Dog. This is by Lago, L-A-G-O, same company that does the FS Traffic. Oh, we are falling off course. Let's fix that. go. We don't have an autopilot.
Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot, check position. We show you to be about 6 miles off the airway.
Cessna 1-3 Foxtrot.
Okay. Should be fine there. Let's look at the scenery. Let's see. We got
departure northwest 1154 with you. Level at 3000.
Roger, northwest 1154, radar contact. Altimeter is 3024.
3024, northwest 1154.
Okay, so yeah, this is the same company that does FS Traffic. The Advanced Super 80 Series Simulator for Flight Simulator 98. Let's find the English part. Pilots who know her call her Mad Dog. Now you can find out why. Mad Dog is the first product of its kind, bringing you features as never seen before in FS98. Mad Dog does not limit you to simple flight, but offers the opportunity to be a real captain, going through all the procedures at every stage of the flight. Call for pushback, start the APU, set the hydraulic pumps.
Departure, northwest 3026 is with you at 3000.
Contact cabin crew.
Northwest 3026, radar contact. Altimeter is 3024.
Set the air conditioning and much more.
3024, northwest 3026.
You will no longer fly alone. Active scenery populates the sky with other aircrafts on any installed scenery. Traffic has its own intelligence and will always be alive. Ooh. Oh, this will be cool. And I remember reading that this will add pushback to any plane, and also there's an interactive ground crew pushing you back. So there's even a
northwest 645 with you, level 3000.
You see that picture there?
Northwest 645, radar contact. Altimeter is.
So you even get a pushback vehicle,
3024, northwest 645.
which I don't have on FSX or FS9 or 2002. I think you could do pushback on that too. Ah, there's a piece of newspaper in there. So let's do an unboxing here. Let's see. Oh. Well, we get a manual. Manual that is that thick there. This is going to be interesting. We get the CD-ROM there. We get a registration card. This test flight manual. And checklists. So we got a checklist here. And this is like a flip one, so you flip it over. Oh man, this is awesome. And I checked out some reviews on it, and the reviews are really good too. This is in fantastic condition. This is like brand new. Did I put that in there correctly? Trying to get it into the box all the way. There we go. New active scenery options available with every plane. Fully operative pushback procedure, accurate to 95%. A Mark 7 GPWS system for radar calls. Meet other planes wherever you fly. Audio. New set of incredibly realistic sounds, all recorded within the cockpit of a real MD-82. More than 55 new sounds to simulate the vocal warnings. Avionics. Primary flight display, navigation display, flight guidance panel, flight mode annunciator, altimeter with scrolling numbers, QNH setting, DH indicator, airspeed indicator with manual or automatic speed, bugs updated in real time, thrust rate,
Northwest 480, level at 3000.
thrust rate
Northwest
computer,
480, radar contact. Altimeter is 3025.
including TO,
3025, Northwest 480.
TOFLX,
Departure American 9860 with you out of
Alpha?
3000.
Oh no, CL, CR, MCT.
Radar contact.
I don't even know what all those are. COM ADF radio stack with standby frequency. Power plant with TO/GA buttons, reverse and shut-off levers. Plus, engine startup shutdown procedures, just like in a real life. Cargo and passengers loading simulator with hostess announcements. Real-time update and display of the remaining fuel. Automatic calculation of the total weight. Automatic reverse thrust.
Departure Northwest 496 is with you at 4000.
Hydraulic pumps.
496, radar contact. Altimeter is 3024.
On-screen takeoff and landing data sheet.
496.
Takeoff and landing configurations depending on the plane's weight. Wow! This is gonna be so cool. Where do I put it? Ah! There we go. Got room on my shelf. That's for Flight Simulator 98. Okay, yeah, the graphics are not FSX. They're not X-Plane. They're not prepared. But you know what? It's okay. You know, it's not...
1-3 Foxtrot, check position. We show you to be about 8 miles off the airway.
Yeah.
1-3 Foxtrot.
It's kind of like, you know, like certain games, you know, that have 8-bit graphics, you know, for the style of it. It's like, it's not about the graphics, it's about the content. Graphics are great, but if your content sucks, graphics mean nothing. But, oh my goodness, with all the stuff that I'm going to be able to do in Flight Simulator 98, that is going to be one heck of a simulator. Yeah, we'll definitely be making use of that. Because we will be doing actual flights, like side trips from the world tour, where we may fly from one major city to another major city and then fly back and then pick up where we left off. Oh, that is going to be so neat. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and remember
Departure Northwest 3094 with you out of 3000 for 6000.
I was talking about cinematics.
Northwest 3094, radar contact. Altimeter is 3024.
I'm going to go ahead and
3024 Northwest 3094.
Turn the face cam off.
Departure Northwest 408, level at 3000.
And allow you guys to enjoy the rest of this flight.
Contact. Altimeter is 3024.
302.
So I will see you probably just before we land, or I might do it after we land.
Climb and maintain 14,000.
Leading 4,100, climbing 14,000, Nasaba 586.
Nasaba 586. Climb and maintain 14,000. Press the direct vector international.
Cessna 1313 Foxtrot. Cleared for air nav runway 31 approach. Change the advisory frequency approved.
Okay, I am back here with you. We are about 14 miles from the airport. Based on the GPS, we should have ourselves nicely lined up with runway 31. It's been a relatively quiet flight. I think the airport is right there. Whoops. Nope. Sorry, that was not it. I'm looking at the wrong thing on the GPS. Hey! Go back this way. Stop turning there. Aha. Yeah, that was it. I see some blinking there. Now my call sign is a little bit different. I'm going to have to change it so it matches on ProFlight Emulator. On Vox ATC, it's Cessna 1313 Foxtrot. Because if I did 13 Foxtrot, it would just say November 13 Foxtrot. So, and I want the Cessna part in there. Cessna 1313 Foxtrot request visual approach, runway 13. I guess I can request it all I want. They're not going to say anything. We're about 10 miles, so it's time to slow down here. Now I don't know if we're going to have any air traffic there. We should, if Vox ATC is creating traffic at the departure and destination airports, we should actually see something over there. I have not turned off the regular AI traffic because I don't think anything would have shown up at the airport anyway. Usually the traffic programs, whether it's Ultimate Traffic, Traffic 360, they don't tend to put anything at the general airports, from what I've noticed. Like once in a while they do, but mostly they don't. So I can generally I can leave traffic on both on. And I see the runway. Okay. I see red, too. Are they trying to tell me that I'm too low? I guess maybe they are. I thought I would have some options for declaring base, declaring final, but they're not showing up. I think I see air traffic right there.
Municipal traffic, Hyper 5623 Hotel, leaving the area to the east, Litchfield Municipal.
I hear a little bit of talking. It's not very loud, but I hear it. Sadly, I can't get those voices really loud. I have to adjust my recording settings so that way my voice is not as loud as theirs. But I gotta tune everything else down. It's trying to find a good balance is hard. And the frames per second, see how they smoothed out, so things, it's all good. I don't have my settings completely maxed out. I mean, I don't have anti-aliasing on, but you know, then again, this is going to be on a, I'm not doing like a 4K recording or something. There we go. Litchfield Municipal traffic, Cessna 1313 Foxtrot on final for runway 31. Litchfield Mun. Litchfield Mun. There's a lot of lakes out here. And from what I can see, they're all accurately placed. So I'm looking at the GPS and it's got the lakes marked out. And then, you know, the Orbix, it's putting them right where it should. Still too low. It looks like I'm at the right height, though. Eventually, I think I'm gonna be on the right vector. I'm not going down very fast. Well, maybe that's not traffic out there. I'm not sure what that thing is. Something tells me there's no traffic here. That's a bummer. So I think it's going to take a little bit of tweaking. As far as the settings are concerned. Really like how Orbix looks. I mean, it's not... Oh, too low again. It's a good representation, but it's not exactly accurate, if that makes sense. So it does a good job placing things where, you know, like tree lines and things like that. But ortho photos still look better on X-plane. The overlays, when they work, they work. But there are many times where it puts things, trees in places that it shouldn't place them, houses along roads that really shouldn't be there. But all of this is designed to work together, so it makes sense why this would work. X-Plane does what it can, though. And it doesn't do too bad of a job. Like I said, when it works, it works. It looks amazing. But when it doesn't work, it looks awful. Nice touchdown. I like how there's like some ice on the runway. Got some Cessna buildings over there. Litchfield Municipal traffic, Cessna 1313 Foxtrot, clear of runway 31, Litchfield Municipal. See, now I don't think the buildings are exactly accurate, but I mean, that's okay unless you're comparing the accuracy on things. Or like, you know, the airport. Well, that doesn't look right. And these textures come from Rex, Worldwide Textures, so it's overall nice look. It looks like a newspaper stand. Yep, this seems like a good place. Get that out. What if we can close our flight plan? What if that lets us do that on... Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to let me. Turn the radios off. Turn off the power, but yet the lights are still on. And out we go. Okay, so thanks for joining me on this flight to Litchfield. We're going to head off and see the Big Ball of Twine. At least not here, so be sure to check out the documentary over on X-Plane. I have it organized by like chapter search, so that way if you don't want to watch the flight, you can just click right to the documentaries itself, and so you can enjoy the flight here and then just go over to the X-Plane video and click the appropriate chapter there. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and check this out on the other simulators just for fun, like Flight Simulator 98, because that one has air traffic and it's got pilots that are talking on the radio. that is one that I'm able to do stuff with. I got a lot of flexibility. That's really cool. But anyway, I will see you on the next leg of our journey. Take care. For more future flight simulator content, consider leaving a like and subscribing. There's also other videos you might want to check out where we fly this same flight on other flight simulators. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you around. Watch out for the birds.